One of the things I'm most proud of is our mental health department, where we provide low-cost counseling to special needs individuals and their families. During times like this is something that everyone can use.
Love and light. Welcome everyone to Healing Self-Care with Kameena. I am your host, Kameena Star, and we are here at the beautiful and lovely Ed Asner Family Center for another beautiful week. Happy holidays to you all. We are in full swing here. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Winter Solstice, and today I'm feeling in a really festive mood. I'm really excited to bring you this show every week. This show is about self-care for caregivers of special needs families. Whether you be an individual or a family member, this show is about how you can take better care of yourself so that you are a better caregiver to someone else or yourself. Every week I change it up. I switch topics to talk about something that's healing. And in the past few weeks, I think in maybe the last two episodes, I've spoken about gratitude and how we can share that and bring that gratitude into our lives, how we can turn that gratitude into joy, and how we can find more joy in our lives. With the holidays here, during these unprecedented times, I would like to maintain my subject line by talking about a very important subject that goes along with both gratitude and joy. And I think you'll find that it's the third letter in that. It is peace. So today's topic is finding your personal peace in this season. Finding your personal peace in this season can be, of course, I mean, like, let me adjust my hat as I start talking about this is always when I get into my story. Let me adjust my hat and start talking about crazy stories about finding personal peace, because the life of an autism mom, autism families are very chaotic during this time. There's less structure. Our kids, even though they were in homeschool and everything at the same time, my daughter is 18 years old and she has not been out of the house for like a very long time. So there's a lot of chaos going on with that. And if she's watching today, we have had a tumultuous week. Like everything has been leading up to figuring out what the anxiety of the holidays are going to be about. So there's a lot of disruption in that period. And I want to talk a little bit about that, this disruption in our personal lives, about how every time the holidays come around, we can't figure out how to like make it stick and how to make it as quiet as it was before. In this past few years, I have begun a book in my life. I've mentioned it before on the show. I'm an author of the book called Black and Blue, The Inside Job to Healing and Autism Through Self-Care. And that is going to be released in 2021 on Hay House Balboa Press. This book, to me, pausing right there, did you notice the title, Healing in Autism Through Self-Care? Why am I always here talking about self-care? Because like I said, again, this is what helps you become a better caregiver. But what if you can't even get started with that because in your personal life, you just got so much going on that you can't even find your peace? I think it would be a great idea to start here to try to find your personal peace. If you can find it during this time, you can find it during any time. We are seeing a lot of disruption in our own lives, in our scheduling, in our schooling, and autism is something that is normally ritualistic. Therefore, the very first tip that I've created to finding your personal peace this season is to set an intention of peace. Set an intention of peace. Setting an intention of peace means that you are calling peace forward in your life. And I know a lot of people talking about manifestation. So if you ever hear about manifestation and principles where you are bringing all of these into your life, you hear about setting an intention. Setting an intention to me is my thoughts, my feelings, my actions. What can I do to set myself up to have that intention of, okay, I want my life to be more peaceful. I don't want people yelling and screaming around me. What are the things that I can do to make sure that I'm having a good relationship with friends and family, to where I feel love and joy and where I'm giving that gratitude? And I want to mention a story that I think comes into my personal life. This week has been so special for me. One thing that I wanted to do to set an intention for peace was to make sure that I was on board with my friends and family. Like whoever was talking to me through this pandemic, through this time, through this lockdown, through the second lockdown, I knew would be in my life. And I know that those are the people that I can absolutely count on. What I didn't count on is me messing it up. So let me just tell you the story. All right. So I can tell you the exact date on 12/12. So that was a few days ago. 12/12 happens to also be the anniversary date of the day I became a clergy through ULC. I became a ULC minister 12/12. So 12/12 is something I was already celebrating. In 2020, it's been hard to celebrate things, but with that gratitude in my life, I knew that I wanted to celebrate bringing myself forth with that. What I didn't expect was a personal triumph in which I have to get this right. I have a twin sister who frequents this show. Everyone knows my twin sister. I have an identical twin sister for those who don't know. She was going to clean out her office from a place that she's worked for about 15 years. It was the absolute last day. What I didn't know that there was a friend of mine that I hadn't heard or spoken to in a year that was looking for me. Long story short, he asked a friend of his to ask my sister to look for me, and he found me after about a year to say, hey, how are you? I've been thinking about you. I missed you. Are you hurt? Someone came to find me to check on me. Now, this is something that I'm squeezing right in under intention, because the intention in my life for this year in 2020 and for 2021 was to develop peace. And I couldn't do that without having the gratitude and the joy of a good, kind friend that was there for me that I had known for 18 years. So how could I turn this person away, right? Way to turn triumph into tragedy when someone finds you again. That is a peaceful situation. It's a peaceful situation that brought me nothing but love and joy. Setting an intention is really important in your life for how you would like to spend your life. If you have an intention of joy, gratitude, and most of all peace, that will come into your life. Number 2, how can I bring more peace into my personal life after I've set that intention, but I'm still running around holiday shopping or doing whatever, and then after the holidays I'm getting busy with my New Year's resolution, and I'm just busy all the time. I'm staying busy with too many things, not focused on number 2. Number 2 is saving space and time. It seems like the most basic thing to say to myself. I want peace in my life. Okay, we'll set aside some time and save some space to have that peace. A lot of ways that people can do this are to make room for peaceful activities in your life. If you're seeing chaos and noise and you can't sleep, there's constantly noise going on around you, settle time to where you're able to turn that noise off. We've talked about not watching the news too much here. After the news go off, after you get your information that you need to get, cut it off, shut it down, and or 1 hour before you go to sleep. True? Because 1 hour before you go to sleep is when it's going to be the most chaotic in your head. And so that's really a really great sleep tip that I use for my daughter and for myself. I turn off the news and I don't watch anything at least 1 hour before bed. That is creating a personal peace in my sleep routine as well, to where I'm able to get more sleep and I'm able to ease my mind to stop the chaos and all of the related activities from everything that's going on in the energy in the world, to calm myself and get some peace while I'm going to sleep. Right? Okay, and number three, normally I have only 3, but today I have 4. Number 3 is super important. Take action. And you say to me, Kameena, how can I take action? I'm trying to find peace. I'm trying to be peaceful. I need to take a nap. I need to not be in action. And I just want to say that you being in action can also be, it's like when you're working out, there's an active rest day. When you're building muscle and everything, you need time to relax and let those muscles grow. And taking action in finding peace means lending yourself to peaceful activities, not only in your home, but outside of your home. Taking action can also involve your community, taking action inside of your community to create peace. What can we do? What do I mean by that? That means promote inclusion, diversity, and understanding amongst people that you don't normally talk to. Here at the Ed Asner Family Center, we do that every day. We have people on the autism spectrum. We have people with special needs. We have learning disabilities. There's everyone here, adults, children, and young adults, I should say, not children. Oh, they're so old now. My daughter's 18, so I'm definitely going to say young adult. But finding peace inside of my community brings me back to also the Black Lives Matter movement that was going on in 2022, that was highlighted in 2020, I should say. Now, me being a person of color and my daughter being a person of color and her also having autism means that she is a demographic within a demographic, meaning she otherwise would already be included into a demographic that was also in disparity. So creating personal peace in my life and finding peace in the season right now also means inclusion and diversity and being able to celebrate those people around me that I don't normally know and talking to them. And I'd like to move right on. I think it's a great way to also celebrate. Number 4 is to celebrate. Celebrate and share your achievements. If you know you've done something great to promote peace inside your own life, if you've been able to take a nap, and this is after some time, I understand that it's going to take some time to get to, but if you're able to create those time for peaceful activities and you're sharing the joy and love amongst your friends and family, and you're finding more personal peace in your community by promoting that understanding, what you should do is celebrate your accomplishments and your achievements. Here at the Ed Asner Family Center, that is what we do by celebrating all the achievements we have in the form of gala events. I want to talk so much about this next gala, this event that we just had, I should say, not next event, but the event that we just had. I'm so excited to recap because that goes with my number 4. Number 4 for finding personal peace in your life is to celebrate your achievements. I get so worked up thinking that I didn't have anybody in my life. I left the person that really wanted my attention for a whole year, that was really looking for me, that I cut that out. So I'm going to celebrate all of the people that I have, celebrate all the achievements in my life, celebrate setting my intention, saving space and time, and taking action for that. And I want to celebrate inside my community for diversity, inclusion, and understanding, which we have done here at the Ed Asner Family Center last week. Wow, I got through all of my work. It's like I get through all my work and I'm like, whew, all right, now that I gave you the tips, I gave you 1, 2, 3, 4. You can ask any questions that you want to in the second half. I want to get to this recap. On December the 13th, we had a virtual table reading of It's a Wonderful Life here at the Ed Asner Family Center. It was a star-studded event in which Pete Davidson was the main character. I've told you all about this last week when I had our wonderful box. It was Vanessa Williams and Chris Williams, her brother, doing as a narrator. There were so many wonderful people in this cast that I wanted to spend some time bubbling over with gratitude, joy, and the peace of knowing how much diversity, how much inclusion, and how much peace was in this event. It was lovely. So what I noticed here was there was a few parts that I noticed were very special, which I thought they were going to be. Number 1, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Spencer Hart. Spencer Hart, a young lady who is on, I'm not sure what her disability is, but I know that she has a different ability, and she's differently able. And she's a friend. She is a friend to me. I see her art every single time I come out of her art class, and we talk a little bit sometimes. You know, my daughter's in the art class with her. So Spencer Hart, who plays Zuzu, which is one of the most wonderful parts in It's a Wonderful Life. She held her own, and all of them held their own right next to some pretty heavy hitters. Ed Begley Jr., of course, our namesake Ed Asner. There was BD Wong, who my sister's a BD Wong fan. He did so many voices. She was going crazy. And here was Spencer Hart, and there was other students, Chelsea Darnell. I want to call them students. I want to call them individuals. I want to call them my love, my people. My gosh, it just made me so happy to be able to express themselves during this live virtual table read. And what I like about that is that they really must be some sort of special people in their lives to really come into something like It's a Wonderful Life, having been generations ahead of them, and really show their personal flair for what the acting was. And I was just so proud of them to see all of the inclusion of not only people of color, but people with different abilities and different people who talk slower, look different. I mean, no two people were like on this. So I really wanted to celebrate that. And I think this is a great example of how you can give and why you should give to the Ed Asner Family Center. I've already said it before. I believe in this work so much. I believe in my daughter being on this show. I believe in all of the programs that we have coming. And I want to make sure you go to teafc.org, because there is still time to donate to a silent auction that we have going on of some of the prizes that we have left from this wonderful gala event. I mean, it is just a wonderful cause to be able to help people like Spencer Hart and the other students, Chelsea Darnell, to come and do shows and to be fully supported in this time as we find peace in our personal lives during this season. I wanted to make sure I said that. And let's see, did I recap? Did I cover everything? Okay, we have a silent auction, teafc.org. I want to make sure I put that down again to make sure you go, because you don't have too much more time. And there it is. If this is something that you missed, oh my God, God bless you if you missed the virtual event. Don't ever miss any of our other virtual galas ever again, okay? You're going to want to make those. And in the meantime, you want to go ahead and go to the silent auction, because there's still some prize left from that. Oh my gosh, somebody said they miss it. Oh no, I don't know if they're going to show it again. Go to teafc.org. We'll get you some more information on that. Thank you for watching the show. I think it's a great time here. We'll just dig into some questions here. Hi. Hello, Carolyn. How are you? Thank you for spelling my name right. Carolyn Clausen. We have our auction, which closes. Okay. Oh, Max Schaefer. You missed it, Max. But on the next one, you're going to be there. And I don't know if I'm doing a great job of telling you how awesome it was. But if you look at our page at teafc.org, or if you go on our Instagram or any of it, you will see the recaps. You will see the highlights, and you will see what you will see is an amazing peaceful explosion of gratitude and love as a person with autism is sitting next to a major famous star. And Pete Davidson did a great job. Let's see if we have any more questions here before I wrap it up. Oh, Carolyn, you're saying you're doing a virtual event on 12/19. Well, go ahead and put the details down on that, and put the details right there in the box so some of the other people in our chat can see it. I believe they'll be able to see your chat. Her first name is Carolyn, like Caroline Kennedy. Wow, what a great first name. I'm so glad that you are watching this show, and hopefully you're enjoying Healing Self-Care. Don't forget, my name is Kameena Star, and I'll be here at the Ed Asner Family Center every week, Tuesdays, 3:30 to 4, including in the new year. So let's talk about what we have coming up in the new year if we get any more questions, I'll come back to that. But I wanted to definitely talk about something awesome that I'm very happy to be a part of, and it is the Dating Spectrum. We have a new program called the Dating Spectrum, and in that we will be, of course, what it sounds like, the Dating Spectrum. It'll have something to do with dating, right? It's going to be based off of the Love on the Spectrum is the show that we've based that off of, but it's going to be our own special, unique program that's going to include the parent partners. We're going to include a parent coaching program that's going to be separate but very, very equal to this dating spectrum. I will tell you, hint, hint, hint. I mean, I can't tell you everything, but if you think you're going to be left out of the fun, you will not be left out of the beauty. You will not be left out of the fun. You will not be left out of the dating. If you're a parent, most of our parents are single. I'm single. And so what we're going to be doing is talking about love and dating for ourselves. So the dating spectrum, which we're going to have with Chris Assad, who's our LMFT here in our mental health department, and me. Woo-woo. Make sure my Christmas hat don't fall off because I'm spreading a lot of Christmas joy right now. Christmas joy dating will get you guys hooked up in 2021. And why not? It's a pandemic. If love is important to you, it should be important to you in 2021. I just heard some of the most wonderful news we're also going to have. And that's going to be the voiceover class. Yes, I overheard the voiceover class is coming back. And I'm super excited about that. Can you hear about the sound in my voice? I love, love, love having our individuals with special needs come on and be able to express their voice and use their voice, even for those who don't have voices. You know, some of us are not as well spoken or little words or nonverbal. And so a voiceover class, how awesome is that for 2021? I also heard something about cooking. We're going to be doing cooking. So a little elf told me something about a cooking class that's going to be coming back. And, you know, I'll be right there because I love to eat. So if there's something to do with cooking, eating, dating, I think this place has my heart. And healing. 2021 is going to be an amazing year at the Ed Asner Family Center. Do you agree? Let's just recap in this last few minutes. We have teafc.org is our website. There is a silent auction going on, and it is just a few hours left. It is to support the center. And it is right on the tail end of our one. There it is. There's the link. Please go on. It closes at 9 p.m. tonight, and that is going to be Pacific time. You want to go ahead and get in. Now, I've seen some of these prizes. I'm not going to spill it, but I have spent money on the side of the auction just to get some of those prizes back. I'm not even kidding. There is something for everybody. If you are a dad, a mom, I mean, there's something for everybody in those prizes for the silent auction. And the volunteers and the ladies on the board, oh my gosh, they have really done a great job of providing us with the support to be able to do that. So the silent auction, I'm talking to you, Caroline. I'm talking to you, Max. I mean, go on Kalila. Oh, Kalila Dawkins, my twin sister who I was talking about earlier. Not sure she caught my whole story that involved her. She says, save hugs in 2021. That's exactly what we will be doing. We will definitely be saving hugs in 2021. I want you all to remember the self-hug. Give yourself a hug. Make sure you give yourself a hug. Everyone needs to be hugged. Everyone needs to be touched. Even if you're alone, make sure you dig into that parasympathetic system to where you're actually just calming yourself down. Kalila, I'm going to use this as a tip for this final moment. If you need to find personal peace in your life at this time and in this season, make sure that you are setting an intention and saving space for that peace, taking action towards that peace, and then celebrating all of that. How about you celebrate by grounding yourself and giving yourself a big hug? We hope that you share and continue to share all of the love that you have and the gratitude and this peace during this time, during Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, to really be a light in this world for someone who needs you, for diversity and inclusion, for people you don't even know around this world. Anchor that love this holiday season. Anchor that light. Make sure that you are a light for everyone. I want to say happy holidays to you all. And don't forget, from Kameena Star, for the end of 2020, make sure you shine on.
The last 8 months have been incredibly difficult for everyone. And to have a small business, a nonprofit that depends on the interaction and the physicality of being around people.
Yeah.
It's a huge wall that all of a sudden appeared.
For the kids that are really used to having this social interaction, they're really struggling in the COVID kind of lockdown.
We very quickly adapted, and we created online content and virtual content that we decided at the very beginning that we wanted to make for free.
Chelsea Darnell, she runs Movie Chat. She started it at the very beginning of the pandemic, and it was a way for teens all over to connect with each other and talk about movies. I think it's super fun to have that type of outlet because it gives me a chance to connect with the outside world a little bit, you know?
We have kids who are able to have something to look forward to every week and really have this social interaction online with their social club, and that's been really one of our most successful things during this time.
I think that, what I see there is just a great place for people to get support and parents to get some breaks, or caretakers to get a little break.
Month after month, one of the things the parents were really seeing is some regression in kids, depression. The social in-person interaction can't be compared to. So we did make the decision to totally outfit the center with COVID compliant plexiglass. And that's one of the things that we fundraise for. I mean, to be able to have these classes for the kids, it's life-changing. We have waiting lists because they're so anxious to have this in-person experience. And we're one of the only essential facilities in the Valley that does in-person classes. People are alone sometimes in their house for weeks and months with their special needs child, and that is incredibly difficult. It's not just about coming in to the center, it's also about having somebody to call, because a lot of the things that I'm doing now during the COVID times is fielding calls from parents who just want to talk and just want to vent and just need somebody to talk to. So I think what we're doing is really just creating a secondary expanded family, so everyone's part of our family.